A huge game for Bayern Munich as they take on the rising Hoffenheim on Saturday. Let's get right into it. Welcome to Talking Bayern, the one-stop shop for Bayern Munich content on YouTube. Today we're doing a match preview between TSG Hoffenheim and Bayern Munich. So how are Bayern Munich doing heading into this game? Well, Bayern are still top of the table with a 19-2-4 record. Looking a bit shaky in the league right now, but of course we just demolished Salzburg on Tuesday, so it's hard to predict how far this team will go this season, honestly. Our last result was a 1-1 draw against Leverkusen, and we're currently 9 points out of Dortmund, but they have a game in hand, so there isn't much room to slip up. As for Hoffenheim, they're having an exceptional season, one of the biggest surprises in the Bundesliga this season. They're currently in a Champions League spot in 4th with a 13-4-8 record, but they aren't far behind 3rd either. They've won 4 games in a row, with the most recent win being a 1-0 result over Cologne. So my predicted lineups for this game, well, out or doubtful for Bayern Munich is Davies, Goretzka, and Tolisso. So I think the lineup will look something like Neuer and net, Lucas Hernandez, Niklas Süle, and Benjamin Pavard at the back. In the midfield, Musiala and Kimmich. In the attacking midfield, Kingsley Coman, Leroy Sané, Thomas Muller, and Serge Gnabry. And up top, Robert Lewandowski. We're seeing, Nagelsmann lean towards his 3-back. I think it's working. I mean, it definitely looked a bit shaky, but I think we have to trust him. I mean, obviously, it worked on Tuesday with that crazy result. I mean, that 7-1 win. So, I'm willing to give it a chance. I'm willing to trust him. I trust my manager. I back Nagelsmann. So I'm going to keep on, seeing how we do. And I don't think my account is playing good at all right now. So I think maybe keeping him out of the lineup is a good idea. As for opponent, Hoffenheim, they're being coached by Sebastian Hoeneß. Out or doubtful for them is Bisekic, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that, Nordtveit, Rudy, Skov, and Hübner. Their lineup should look something like Baumann and net at the back, a 5-back with Rahm, Vogt, Grilic, Posch, and Kaderbrek. In the midfield, they have Stiller and Simaseko. The attacking midfield, Baumgartner, and up top, Kramaric and Bebu. So some insights into this matchup. After Hoffenheim failed to win any of their first 17 Bundesliga matches with Bayern, they have won 4 times against Bayern since the beginning of 2017. In this period, only Gladbach managed more league wins than Bayern. So, in this period, only Gladbach managed more league wins against Bayern. So clearly, Hoffenheim remains one of our bogey teams. Kind of surprising. I guess I didn't, really notice that. I mean, I heard that stat earlier in this year, but I always seem to forget that Hoffenheim does good against us. And they've won 3 of their last Bundesliga 5 home games against Bayern. Hoffenheim won 4-1 at home against Bayern last season, the only time they've netted 4 goals against us in a league game. So clearly, Hoffenheim is showing some signs of improvement, and obviously they're doing well against us, especially at home. So we have to watch out for this game. It won't be an easy one. Also, Hoffenheim are on a 4-game win streak in the Bundesliga and could equal the club record of 5 Bundesliga victories in a row. They're on the longest current winning streak of any Bundesliga side right now. So obviously, they're hot. They're winning games, and this will not be an easy game. Just another stat I thought I'd share is that this will be Bayern's 1,934th Bundesliga match, tying Werder Bremen for the most matches in competition. Bayern have won 1,163 games, drawn 417, and lost 253. So, we're going to be about to be the most, we're already the most iconic Bundesliga team, but we're going to be the most played in the Bundesliga in, 2 games from now. So that'll be an awesome stat to have. And with 16 points from 8 matches, this is Bayern's worst second half of a Bundesliga season in 10 years, which is kind of a crazy stat. In 2011-2012, we had 14 points after 8 matches. Bayern have dropped points as often in the second half of the season as we did in the entire first half. And, that's obviously not a stat you want to hear. But, it's only, 3 times we dropped points. It's really not that crazy when you think about it. I'm not saying it's a good stat. I'm not saying, we should be proud of it. But I don't know. I don't think it's as worse or as bad as we think it is. I don't know. I'm still feeling decent. I think we can get the result. We beat Hoffenheim in our last matchup with a 4-0 win at the Allianz Arena. But it should be a really good game, honestly. I wouldn't have expected it to be, this kind of thriller at the start of the season, but you have to give credit to Hoffenheim. They're a solid side. They're winning, and they win against us. So, looking at the stats as well, they have the 5th best XG difference per 90. So, they deserve to be among the top clubs in the Bundesliga in that moment, and clearly the stats back that up. So my players to watch for this game, for Bayern, it has to be Jamal Musiala. Musiala was one of our promising young talents last year as he broke onto the scene on the wing. This year, Nagelsmann has been moving the young German around, but Musiala has found himself starting alongside Kimmich the last few games, and this is new territory for him. However, he has excelled in the role, obviously, and I'm interested to see how he continues to perform in this position. I think it'll be interesting just to keep an eye on him. I know he won't be the star of the show, but I think it's somebody we have to watch out for. Maybe, we have a good night center mid there. As for opponent, I'm going to pick Alice Bebu. If you had told me I wouldn't be picking Kramaric as my player of the game, a few months ago, I wouldn't believe you, honestly. I mean, Kramaric is usually so good, usually one of the top strikers in the Bundesliga, but he's doing so poorly this season. He only has 4 goals. I mean, I have to pick Bebu here. Hoffenheim's scoring is pretty well distributed throughout their team, but their top scorer is Baby with 7, and he has a wicked pace, so he can definitely cause some serious problems. 7 goals isn't anything crazy, but he is their top scorer, and he's so fast, so I can see him absolutely burning Pavard today. So my final score prediction, I'm going to predict a 2-2 draw. This might be controversial, but I feel like the game's going to end in a tie. I mean, Hoffenheim is a solid team with a number of offensive options. It certainly won't be an easy game away from home for Bayern. I'd love a win, but I think we need at least a draw. I'd be pretty upset with a loss, but I mean a draw would be acceptable. I obviously want us to win. Don't get me wrong, but I think a win puts us in a really good spot and kind of recovers us a bit, puts more pressure on Dortmund. But if we get a draw or even if we lose here, we're starting to worrying about slipping up this title. So I don't want to have that energy. I don't want to talk about that yet. But let's get the win, move on. I don't think it's going to be an easy one, though. As for my predicted goal scorers, I'm going to predict a goal from Lewandowski, from Kimmich, and a brace from Bebu. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and a comment, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, Mia Samia.